Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. We're
Good
live.
night.
How's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
Fantabulous.
Good.
Good night.
Make sure your phones are,
Yeah, nice of them.
you know. I want to do something here first because I always forget to do this. Share. Okay, no, I don't want to do it there. While we're waiting for Miss Trina to join us, was there? I put up a post tonight. Today, and I asked when you think of your partner or you think of a partner, what 3 things about them would make them sexy?
Karen, you go first. Yeah, Karen, you go first. Your mic
Can't hear
mute.
you.
Your mic
You
mute.
You muted.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Why would you select me to go first? I'm the most singlest person in this galaxy. Like I have to really.
But you still find people sexy.
but that's
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah, but
why you should
for
go
me,
first.
because mine is more of a quantity versus quality. Like, okay, say the question again. What are the 3 things?
What are the 3 things that you would find sexy in a partner? And again, it could be different based on the person, but relatively speaking, what are the 3 things that you would find sexy?
At this age, swag. Like a man that has like an unspoken sexiness about him, the way he carried himself, the way he dressed, shoes, conversation. I don't look at the shoes. I don't look at the conversation. I like the conversation. I like a man with a good pickup line. This hey, hello, hi, beautiful. Them thing don't faze me. It doesn't. But a man that has a pickup line.
Hey, what going on?
No, not even that. That's so outdated. My grandfather don't even use hey, what going on?
What going on? What going on in here?
No, okay. You got some men that would give you a pickup line and be like, dang, you know? So conversation. A man who's good with his words, you know, whether he's true to them or not, it doesn't matter. But
so you like a man who got good words and he may not be true to them? You find that sexy?
No, I say who is good with his words, whether they're true or not. I'm not looking at that part yet. I'm just looking for a man that has swag, who has this masculine sense about him that just, you know, I ain't say he have to be pretty. I don't do pretty boys, but I want a man who has a nice swag. Conversation, one who can hold a conversation and not make me feel like we're on a interview basis, like, you know, what you like and what you do that. No, I want somebody that can carry a conversation to any lengths and bring it back home. A man that dresses well.
So let me ask this question. Is sexy and attractive the same thing?
No.
So because when I think of sexy, I think of attributes, right? Like I think of physical attributes, like what you find like sexy that, you know.
Well, sexy is a way. It's a movement.
Yeah, it's like a descriptive way. Attractive is more of an attention grabber, like
or somebody who barely making it, like they're attractive, like they ain't sexy.
Yeah, like you know, some of them pretty boys is the one with the worst vocabulary. Like really, you couldn't spell check. I was just having this conversation. You couldn't see the red light underneath the word. That means that you spelled it incorrectly. Like
look at Ross.
I don't know. I see sexy as, and I gotta look it up because I was thinking sexy is something different.
It is different from attractive. And what else? A man that knows how to appreciate, know how to give and take. That's 3 things I like.
That's sexy. Okay.
Yeah, that's sexy.
How about you, Mr. Lucian?
Conversation, sexiness, and independence.
When you say independence, what do you mean?
I mean somebody who is just like they know how to like to work as a team or function individually. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a major thing. A lot of people don't know how to function independently. They always need the man or woman to be up on them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
That could be such a downfall, being independent.
Well, being independent and knowing when to like it is a balance. You know, I think a lot of
That's the
people.
key. There's a balance. A lot of I think somebody posted it one time. One of the most dangerous things is a woman who been independent for so long. Like,
I think it's for both though.
for both.
Yeah.
Like when you've been independent for so long, like that balance to just start to disappear. You know, it just start to get thinner.
Yeah, you got it's
And then
yeah.
too, I think pertaining to that is like, is the person worth you giving up the independence or sharing it? You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. If you see the person ain't worth it, then why are you gonna do it?
And the
Yeah.
word is sharing, because it's sharing your space. Yeah, that's a good word, Lucian.
Like the other
Yeah,
night,
because
I'd gladly share it when the frog was on my wall.
What I was? What you whisper out there?
I said the other night I would gladly share my independence when I find a frog outside my wall. I had a little frog right by my front door, and I had just regret being single.
I don't have frogs sometimes. I had a bunch of lizards till my grandbaby eat them up. I was so happy. But anyway, when I look up the word sexy, it's talking about
No, dogs. Ranchi, she's talking about dogs.
my grandbaby dogs.
Your grandpuppy.
You almost made him have a heart attack.
but how
I
come
was
you
gonna just leave you
your dad went
I
off
was
on
gonna
you?
just leave you walk over there like that. You just didn't say that, you know.
I didn't even notice you. He missed her.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for
Well,
letting me know.
how about you, Ranchi? What do you consider? What three?
Okay, but let me say this about the sexy, because I had when I said sexy, I was confused.
Ranchi is not talking. Is
Yeah,
Ranchi
but
not
what I want Ranchi to understand,
Let Ranchi talk. Jeez, I'm bread.
I want-
You
I
got
I'm
want-
saying I just want to define sexy so Ranchi could answer. Sexy
Ranchi,
is seductive.
No, leave me.
Ranchi's a big man. He knows what sexy is.
Okay, fine.
No,
No.
Trina,
No,
give
leave
the
me.
give the
Leave me talk.
definition after everybody says it, because then that way it's what they consider sexy. And
Okay,
then
because I gonna give it because I answering it with what it means. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ranchi.
So I'm almost on the same page here with Lucian. Entrepreneur or a woman that, you know, independent, goes for hers, you know, don't look for not don't look for nobody, but don't wait on nobody, you know. She gets hers. Love to see that. A woman that could hold a conversation, pull words out of your mouth, you know. I like that. And like a little feistiness. I don't like timid women. I like strong women. Well, when city words, you know,
Did it keep you
open
on
him
your
up
toes?
a little bit. Yeah, keep me on the edge a little bit. You know, I like that. So that's my tree. If that's what attributes we're talking about here, no, that's what it is
Okay.
for me. Yeah.
Before I answered on the post, and I said a man that can have stimulating conversation about every and anything, a genuine smile, and something about the strut, the walk, the confidence. You know, I find that those things to be sexy. How about you, Trina?
So the definition, I went based on the definition. Things that is seductive, that sexy meaning seductive, and it means things that arouse you. So that's what sexy. So that's why I asked, because the attributes that I was describing was the things that I find attractive in a mate, right? So sexy to me is the things you see in a person that'll make you, you know, aroused. That's what the definition is. I will go based on the definition, so forgive me. So for me, the things I find sexy of a man is his physical attributes, the way he looks, his skin color is very, you know, stimulating to Trina. I like the salt and pepper beard. Not Lucian, don't get so excited.
Girl, them grandpas coming up making you want to think twice about the old man them.
They look so nice. I like the gray in the beard. I find it to be very sexy. I find shoulders to be sexy. Big shoulders, a nice chest. Ugh, I love it. I love it. And I also love hands. So see, Ranchi, when we had this talk last night, like I love a big,
But that's the
strong
thing.
hand.
That's the thing. You know my thing. You know my thing. I already tell her, hands, feet, eyes. But based off of what Karen and Lucien start, I had to go to that other side where it's not based off of physical.
Yeah, but it is. But that's what the word sexy mean. So I just gotta go with the mean. And yeah, hands, nice, strong hands, and a nice masculine man. I just find it to be very conversation and all of that is attractive by talking about sexiness, so that's me.
Okay. And again, everybody's when that word comes to them is different,
Right.
We had a couple of people, but it would be nice to hear some more thoughts on what people consider to be sexy. Let me go to that post actually. There were some people that said being handy can fix what needs fixing, his eyes, chivalry, being able, again, to have deep conversation, take care of themselves, enjoys dancing, confidence, able to maintain a deep conversation, respect and honor, and a man who's in tune to his masculinity, has joy in his heart, and who's open-minded. So those were some of the responses. Okay, well that's the niceties. I
like what Eve said, Debbie. Read what Eve said.
Oh, she just says okay. Let me see. As a congressman once said about pornography, I can't define it, but I know it when I see it. Sexy is in the eyes of the beholder. Exactly. And again, it could, and I think too, it changes based on the person because somebody else might bring out something that you didn't even think of. You know what I'm saying? So
right. When you see it, you'll know it.
Right. Before we go on, good evening, Mr. Llanos.
Evening, blessings and salutations.
Good evening.
Discussing quickly one of the posts that went up today about what do you find sexy in a partner? What 3 things do you find sexy in a partner?
We're gonna just come out the gate like that, eh? Wow.
Yeah, because we all went around. We're getting ready to go on to the next question, so I want you to be able to give.
No chaser, my boy. No chaser.
Yeah. Wow.
We waiting on you. Everybody else.
Okay, I'm sorry, Ty. You were just like, okay.
No.
What do I find sexy in a partner?
Yeah. What are the 3 things you would find sexy in a partner?
Just 3.
Conversation. You smile. Wow. The way the way she holds me, the way she touches, those are sexy things.
I like
that's
true.
Touch, yes, touch is a good one.
It's touch. It's touch. Oh, we're going with touch. Okay.
Yeah, touch. Yeah. I've been saying this for a while. And Karen, sorry, I can't do the virtual thing. I need to be in presence.
People gonna think I'm a virtual queen, like.
I mean, because you keep saying that. I mean, you keep, and I don't give you that crown.
But I am an advocate for virtual settings. Yes.
Well deserved. But I'm a real time person. I need to be in your presence and feel you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Touch is yeah.
Okay.
Hear me. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And again, it could possibly be different, but again, it's like you said, sexy is in the eyes of the beholder when she's
right.
Yeah.
Okay, but I gonna get right into the nitty gritty. And the second question I have to ask everyone is, Would you date someone with a lifelong sexually transmitted disease? And the reason,
You said I was slow.
yeah,
So
because
say
I
that
want to
again.
make sure everybody heard what I said.
Say that again. Say it again.
Would
Slow.
you date someone with a lifelong sexually transmitted disease? And wait, before you answer, I see Karen take a drink. Before you answer, remember,
Another one.
you may not know this out the gate. You find the person sexy. What's the word you use, Louis? Anyhow, you meet this person, you start talking to this person, you enjoy this person's company, and then you find out this person feels like they need to divulge information to you, and they have.
Where's Halima when I need her?
She usually don't give the
You might not get it. You never know.
Yeah, Halima, come in if you're listening, please. If you're watching, come in, Halima.
So I go first.
I know you got a right answer for this one.
Yeah.
I will go first.
Yeah, go first.
If we are not going to be having any type of sexual encounters, yeah. Like if we nursing home stages where we just on a rocking chair drinking lemonade, yeah. But not if I have all intentions of swinging from a chandelier. No.
The chandelier gonna break Karen.
No. I got a good one. Yeah, but that would be my answer. There's no yes or no. But if we're gonna be, we can be friends. But if we are going to be swinging from chandeliers while I'm in the middle of menopause, my sex drive is like at 99.9%.
You keep saying so. I hope so. If I reach menopause and in 99, I don't got answer to me. I just learn.
Yeah. For me, I would say no. Now if it's somebody I'm in love with, and I did his life insurance, and the circumstances has to fit the question. But if it's somebody that I just met and we ain't crossed that threshold yet, and I go, no. Because why gonna do with you? Like,
okay, cool.
But I'm just saying, but remember this. If this person is somebody that you trust, if this person now has divulged this information to you, so they're being responsible.
Yes.
This person is taking every precaution.
Oh, you didn't say that part.
For their safety as well as your safety. If you get as much knowledge as possible, and again, I'm saying
giving different
because
terms.
we are older, right? And again, sometimes we can answer a question because we haven't been in that situation, but just think about that.
Yes, I've been in that situation, and it was a no.
Okay.
So that's why
I think it's based too on the relationship.
Yeah, but I've experienced that. I've walked that path where I've met somebody and they've had a lifelong, and they were grown enough to do it. We're still friends today, but I know me and I know my appetite, and in order for us to not have a conflict of interest, we remain friends, and and he was okay with that because he's been that path. He's always been honest, and he did meet somebody that was willing to accept that.
Wait 1 second. Let me repeat the question again. Eve was asking the question: would you date someone with a lifelong sexually transmitted disease? And let me tell you something. Actually, it was Pinky's niece in discussion with some millennials friends that she has, or a group that she's a part of. This was one of the questions that actually came up for the millennials. So that's where this came from.
And it is an issue. The percentage of people with herpes and stuff is over 60%. Right. So
the environment that we're in today, it's even as simple as COVID. Like, people are
no, but we're talking about long-term illnesses. Like,
I know, but
you will have to live with the rest of your life.
I'm saying the situation of divulging certain medical conditions now is more popular than back then. You don't have to tell
Right.
somebody something,
Right.
but there are people who even from back then that would tell you that, I have a card. There's a card that you can walk around that tells if, when you take your, I don't know if people do it, but it's a card that tells whether or not you're HIV positive or not. I have a card. I have it. I get tested every year and I have it, whether I'm sexually active or not. And that's a conversation, like, we famously say it's a conversation that you have. And it's as simple as saying whether or not you had the vaccine, or it's as difficult as saying, I have AIDS and I
Right.
contracted it from my ex-wife, and this is where I'm at. So
Correct.
it's just about being able to be open enough and divulge that, but what are you willing to accept, especially if you're a millennial or you're 20 years old or you're 60.
Right. Correct. How about you, Mr. Downs?
That would be a no. But I understand people's circumstances are different things. I think that being mature enough to divulge that information is a good thing. I think you give the person the opportunity. Like I remember when I used to live in Florida, I had this young lady who we had started to talk, and then like she was like, I'm really starting to dig you, but I need to tell you this, and I'm like, okay. And she's like, yeah, have more peace. I'm like, okay, well, it was cool talking with you and stuff like that. We can still be friends, but yeah, I'm not gonna put my sexual history, sexual what's the, not history, but my sex life in jeopardy because of one person. I mean, if I was like married and then for some reason something happened, like a blood transfusion, and the person got AIDS or herpes or some shit from it, then I'm like, that's different. Because you and this person are already married and you're supposed to be a lifelong commitment. That's different. But straight out the gate, no.
Okay. Louis?
So that's a very interesting question, and I think it's based on I think it's based on circumstance. Clearly, if you're faced with, like everyone is talking about, you're with an individual, or you're having your not necessarily sexual relations, but you're dating or you're talking to someone, and then that comes out. First of all, how many people at what stage in relationship or what stage you're in, how many people can actually come out and tell you the truth about that? That's the one thing. You hope everyone would, but if it comes out later in a relationship, that would be kind of a deal breaker. But you would know how you would know the type of relationship you have, because now clearly you wouldn't have a sexual relationship with that individual. You clearly would maintain a sort of a friendship. Not necessarily would break that off, but I don't think it would be anything more than that.
For you,
for me,
Even
it wouldn't.
This person was like
Debbie, you
everything.
you like to push, you like to push.
I'm just no, and I'll explain later on. But even if this person had all the qualities that you,
I knew that was coming.
there was. I'm just saying, because again, and we're these are hypothetical questions. Of course,
Right.
if you're in that situation, you could have a completely different answer. But I'm just
Exactly,
saying,
and that is important, because you're not like they say, you don't know unless you walk a mile in somebody's shoes, right? So if you're in that situation, you don't know exactly how you would react. If, like you're saying, everything is aligned, everything is in place, you're really into this person, then what?
right.
Do you take the precautions that are in place to enjoy this individual? That's something that I think we need to actually probably think about, because with all those things in place, how do you walk away from that? Then
That's what I'm saying. Like,
was
and
it
again,
genuine? Was it genuine to begin with?
if you really trust this person at
Yeah.
that point, if you trust this person, if you trust that this person is doing everything to keep not only them, making sure that they would keep you safe.
Safe, correct.
Would what I'm saying? Like, anyhow, I'll say my reason why I'm asking, part of why I'm asking this question.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so you would not.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's such, given what you're saying, given all those different parameters, it's like, and you're at that stage of relationship, do you walk away from something like that if you're heavily involved in this individual? That's something difficult to do. And it could be many things. It doesn't necessarily, I mean, for the question, of course, with sexually transmitted disease, but it could be other major events that, other life-changing events that could take place at that time. Not just, do you walk away? You know what I mean? And especially with everything involved, I don't know, it's kind of a difficult one. Not difficult, but it's kind of a challenging one with regards to, do you stay and do you engage or?
So let me just say this to Louis, piggybacking on what you were saying. 1 in 6 people have herpes. So that's it's six of us here. So I'm just saying, like.
Exactly. It's 68%, 1 in 6, but yes, it's high. So, and this is a long-term disease. So you know what I mean? You don't get rid of it. So.
Right. And you said this, the beauty of that question is it makes you do self-searching to determine if you truly care for that person. Ish just got real. If you just playing, you ain't stable. If you're serious, you may have a loyal soulmate.
I think that's pretty much, that sums it up.
Yeah, that was deep, Eve.
So that's like saying, that's like what I was saying. If you're really at that level in a relationship, at that point where you've invested a lot, do you stay or do you leave? I mean, because you're really into this.
Or let me put a little twist on this. What if you're dating this person, blah blah blah, and both y'all decide, hey, I'm gonna go get a physical checkup, whatever, before we take it to the next level, and at that point, that person finds out they have something.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happens then? And they didn't know. So I'm just putting, like she said, soul searching questions.
Well, but if you know up front, so if you meet somebody and you know up front that they tell you, hey, you know what, thanks, man, you could just be cool, we'll just talk.
But then even if you're talking, what if you
start? No, if you're told up front, in other words, hey, listen, I just let you know I got this going on. So
Halima like, just jump on.
Oh, hey, Halima, how you doing? Let Halima weigh in on this one.
But
she's made it clear how she does that.
Yeah. How about you, Ranchi?
No.
It's a no for you?
It's a no for me. Okay. You're in a relationship already and then you find out?
No. Well,
you just meet this person and then they just.
It depends, Ranchi. You take it, you answer it how you want.
Okay, so I meet this person and over dinner they inform me that they're positive or whatever. I'm sorry, that's a hard pass for me because there's no forward movements for me in that direction. I won't have nothing against that person. I mean to say, lots of life happens, but it's not my responsibility now to make that person my person or my burden on my life forward. So that would be a hard no for me. Success to them and the journey. But for me, that's a hard no.
Okay.
And I understand what Eve is saying, if it's real or whatever. But you could be real with somebody, but that's also information that makes a relationship real. That's something that adds burden to it. So I wouldn't. That's a hard no for me. I ain't taking it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I like onions and meatballs.
How about you, Trina?
Well, it depends on the situation. And it also depends on the person. So I don't think it's fair for us to decide if it's a bad thing or a good thing. And a person who has had the disease for whatever period of time, they have learned to live with it. They have learned to deal with it, right? So they will show up in the relationship totally different from you because you just getting hit with this news. So if you're just getting hit with this news, you need time to figure this out for yourself. A disease is a disease, no matter what it is, right? That's like somebody, would you go in a relationship with somebody who have cancer? right? We could say things like, of course, but not until you walk in some shoes, you could say them things, right? Because these things are not easy to deal with. Like somebody who have cancer, would you be in a relationship with them? Me, who have had to deal with cancer, I would be very taken back on that. I'd be like, I don't know, because I know the sacrifices and I know the challenges that go into these kind of things, because I've had the experience. I've dealt with illnesses for many, many years. So for me, I would be on the fence, and I probably wouldn't want to be a part of it for many different reasons. The responsibilities that come in with dealing with it. Not that I would have anything against the person. I wouldn't think the person is, like a dirty person or whatever, because things happen. You could have get this disease when you were in college. You could have slept with somebody one single time and you end up with AIDS. There is many different situations. And so to just say no or yes, but for me who have dealt with illnesses, for me who have had a lot of experiences with hospitals and stuff like that, I actually don't want additional things in my life right now. So for me, I would have to say no. I have fears. I have a lot of fears, right? So for me, and when it comes to sexual things, like, everybody got their own stuff, right? So for me, being in an intimate relationship with somebody who have disease, my mind ain't gonna allow me to enjoy it. I know how my mind is. I have a like paranoid mind. I'm gonna be thinking about all kind of things, if this, so that's gonna be an interference for sure, right? Is it a bad thing? Maybe, but I could just tell you who I am and how I gonna show up in a relationship. Now, I probably could work on it over a long period of time, but at this age, I don't feel like I have a long period of time to walk through a whole bunch of stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? But then again, on the flip side of that, if you invested in a person, you meet a person and they are everything you ask for and you want in a person, would you hold this one thing against them? Probably not, right? I probably wouldn't. Again, when you just meet somebody, you got a lot of things you're dealing with, you got to know if you is what investing in this person. So if I just meet a person and they hit me with that, I don't even know if it's an honest person, a good person, if you gay because you were sleeping around. It's too many factors. And all I'm saying is you got to weigh all these factors. You got to figure it out. So it's the individual, it's the relationship. And for Trina, if I just meet a person, I wouldn't want to invest in that. So.
Okay. There's a lady actually that I follow on Instagram. Her name is Jennifer. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Vaughan. She's an advocate for HIV.
Vaughn.
Vaughn. Well, I thought it was Vaughn, but it's Vaughan.
Yes, Vaughn.
Okay. So she is like a big advocate because she has HIV. She was dating somebody for I don't know how many years, and apparently she didn't know that he was using ever so often. I guess he used to use needles or whatever. He ended up getting HIV. They had broken up. She didn't know, or it didn't show up in her. Like Imani put, some diseases actually lay dormant. So she started dating someone else several years later. She was dating him for a year, and then she started getting sick. She didn't know what was wrong. Come to find out, she had, at the time, it was full-blown AIDS. It had gotten to that. He never got it. And he actually ended up staying with her. They eventually actually got married a couple years ago. But I think now they're divorced. I'm not sure why. But she has this thing. That apparently there's this thing called U equals U, where if someone who has HIV, if their medication is working, it makes them undetectable. That's what the U equals U is, undetectable. So if they go and get lab work and they didn't tell anybody that they had HIV, it would not show up in their bloodstream.
Wow.
Therefore, if they're with someone, as long as that that it's called a viral load is under a certain amount, that other person would never get it. In some cases, people take, I think, something called PrEP or something.
Right. I was waiting for you to say that. Yes.
Yeah.
You can take that after intercourse, and if you're not positive, you can take PrEP, which will actually prevent you from
getting it. Right. And it's interesting that Imani said one asked us about this question, because when I sort of like Karen, I met someone, and after talking to them for a while, they were like, I have to tell you something, and texted it to me that this was their situation. They were with somebody who had found out while they were with, I can't remember how it happened, but that person had gotten it from her ex-husband, and he had it, and I was blown away, and of course stopped in my tracks, but he had to text it, because legally, if he ever gets in a situation where he doesn't tell the person, you can go to jail. It's like a felony or whatever. I don't know the whole thing, but and I think that's part of why it was texted to me, so that it's documented that it was in writing. It wasn't just said. And it was the first time in my life that I was like, really? Wow. And if you see the person, you would never know the person has an illness. But like you all said, for me, that was a no, because although, and I've known the person now for several years, we still communicate ever so often. But it was the first time that it was like, whoa, like people really have to take, like, knowing people's status, again, when I started the whole dating thing, I remember somebody sent me a picture of their driver's license and their physical with all their lab work. And I was like, what? Like, I'm literally talking to you on the phone. Like, I haven't even met the person, and they sent that. But people need to think about that kind of stuff. Like, seriously, because like you said, 1 in 6, you just never know what somebody has. And
I never thought about that till the experience you had told me about. And, being new on the dating scene, I would have never thought to ask people for a VD test.
But I'm serious. You don't know. You don't know who's walking around and has something. You don't know who's going to be honest. But that was crazy. And now I understand why people show their whatever, But
it's a card. It's a little. You can get the card from your doctor after you take your labs.
But the thing about that, like, you can have a card all you want, but I don't mean if you go sleep with somebody tomorrow, your status ain't gonna change.
You're right. You're right.
It's not even. But it's to me. It's.
But have that conversation. That. It's a conversation that you should have. Like, if you are going to engage.
Card, you have a 1922 card, and they're like, "Oh, look, you see."
No, I'm going around flashing my card like I'm.
But that's the thing. Like, how do you?
But I'm just saying, people have to think about this stuff, because this is it's no joke out here, right? And somebody you might know, that's not something somebody's going to necessarily divulge to you. You can know somebody most of their life. And, I know somebody who got herpes when they were like, I think she was like 20. She was dating a guy since she was a teenager, the same guy. And she started feeling sick, and she didn't know what was going on. Her parents took her to go get checked, whatever. They couldn't figure out what it was. And then finally, they found out that she had herpes. This was the only person she
was feeling sick. What do you mean sick?
She was just, I can't, this was a long time ago. She was like medically feeling sick. I don't know what the symptoms were. But they couldn't figure out what it was. And finally figured it out. She confronted him. And at first he lied, and he said he didn't have that. It was her. but this was the only person she had been with. And then he finally admitted that he did. And that was her. And she was literally 20 years old.
Oh, God.
So
That's
what
terrible.
I'm saying, and when I tell you she's beautiful, she is beautiful. Ruin, you know, I don't know what her life ended up being like after that, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes we don't take this. And again, maybe living in a small community, you don't really think about that, but
no, you need to, especially in a small community, because they're going to spread even faster, right? You need to think about it. Halima asked the question, would you date somebody who have a STD? Randy also asked the same question. Would you date somebody who have a STD? And that's the thing, like these relationships, we're talking about trusting people, right? You giving yourself sexually in an intimate situation to another individual, you know, this is why screening is so important, because you could pick up a lifetime disease and people not being honest. You end up with AIDS or herpes or something like that because of other people's carelessness and other people uncaringness towards, you know. So
again, this is just food for thought, because, you know, everybody's living their life and maybe not really thinking, I'm going to have to deal with that. And again, I think it really depends on whatever the situation is. And like I said, that Vaughn, she found out after she had been with somebody for a year, and it was for him to decide whether he was going to stay there with her through it. And he did. And thankfully he didn't get anything. But
you know, too, it have like the genital herpes and it has the other one, that mouth thing. I just, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
them cold sores.
Yeah.
One.
What you say, Louis?
Cold sores.
Yeah, that's one. That's simplex one. Yes.
They could get that from many things. It doesn't necessarily mean you can get that just from sex alone.
Right, exactly.
You get that from what it is, from a colon out, if a blister or something. So everyone has that.
Yeah, everyone has it. It just doesn't express itself or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone has it, or everyone's had it.
In everyone's body. Everybody body have it. We could all have a pulse. Yes, everybody have one. You could express it. Your body fight it. Your body have the ability to fight it, because it's like Yano said, if you touch something, put your tongue, you could get a cold sore. I mean, I think we all have had one at one point to our necks. You know what I'm saying? You touch something, you gotta put your, I'm just saying, I don't.
I've never had one.
But it's still the appearance, though. It's still the appearance that got you like,
That is not.
I've always been scornful. I'll admit, I've always been scornful of people with these cold sores, and then some people get them.
And
that's the people who have the disease.
Ain't not everybody have no cold sore.
I've never had a cold sore.
I'm saying, okay, everybody's prone. You could get a cold sore.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Wrong water. My wrong choice of words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Next
that was just, you know. Okay.
Next question.
Okay. So let's say you are dating someone, in a serious relationship with someone, or you're married to someone, and you all go out somewhere, and you notice the person. I'm going to give you two scenarios. You notice the person is flirting with someone. Would that make you jealous? Or how would you address it if it did? Secondly, if you and this person, again, in a relationship, married, and this person is, you know, in the islands, soca dancing, grinding up, I don't know what you want to call it. Would that also be something that would be cause for jealousy? And if so, how would you address it?
Yeah, Karen. Yeah, you go ahead.
I hope when I agree something where I fuss. Anyway, no, I wouldn't get jealous. I just feel that he has just opened the floodgates to allow everybody to do anything they see fit. To me, that's just giving me the confirmation that we doing this. Because if you flirting, I got flirt too. Because I thought it was us, but seeing that you out here giving it away like free cheese, community property, hey, why not?
I love this free cheese story.
Free cheese.
It's true. Like for me, you have to know who you're with though. There's some men who are just naturally flirtatious and they don't mean anything. Like they can't bust grape. They ain't doing nothing. They're just naturally flirtatious. But some men, their flirtatious have an end game. Like whether they're coming back later, when they see you on the street, like their flirtation has a purpose. Like they're intentional with their flirtation. You as the female have to know what you walking with. Like if I know my man like to call everybody honey and sweetie and babes, and it's a problem for me, I'm gonna tell him like how you tell your children in the car, when you go in the store, don't pick up nothing, don't touch nothing, don't ask for nothing, don't look at nothing, keep your hands to your side. We're going and we're buying this and we're coming back out. You have that conversation with him. Because you might have to remind him, every woman ain't babes, every woman is sweetheart, because you're gonna go home with him tonight. Let him know, But if that's how he is. He the flirt, Some men understand the concept is a level of respect you have for your woman. Like I'm the only one you babying around here. But if he still does it after you had that conversation with him, just know it's okay for you to do it too. Don't sit on there and get your chest swell up big. When the waiter comes, say thank you, darling, and you take your linen and you give your extra tip with his money, and you do stuff like that. Make sure he can take what he dishing out, and then you have an equal playing ground.
How about the dancing?
Extra tip.
The dancing? Well, the same thing. Okay. If you want to be up there grinding with somebody, I can grind with somebody else because you're busy. I'm not going to disturb you on your grind. I can just find somebody else to grind with. You say do as I do, but we could do it better. But I'm saying, if you have that conversation with your man, I going out with you and you is my man, I is your woman, and you find yourself gyrating on somebody else, it's either you're going to go home with her or we going to gyrate. Like I'm going to be gyrating with somebody else. I'll be out there testing waters too. So that talk will happen before the car, but some women know the kind of men they have. They know they're sharing. They know this is community property. They know that, this ain't somebody to write home to about. I mean, what you getting out? He belong to you. You sharing.
I love the community property thing. I love that.
Yeah,
and I think we have to really accept, understand where we're at as individuals in relationship. Mm-hmm. There's a respect issue. Like if you respected this woman, when you go out, you're gonna act accordingly, right? Okay. Obviously, she ain't your woman because you're out there gyrating with everybody else. Obviously, we're just friends, But if you know that this is my woman and this is my man, when you go out, you're gonna act accordingly. You're gonna be out there giving it away like free cheese.
Okay.
That's how I see it. That's my version of what I would do.
Okay. How about you, Mr. Downs?
So let me just say this. Okay. Two things. I think in a small island, like if I were dating someone and they went out and danced with somebody, I mean, if it's respectful, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
But we ain't talking about respectful dance.
Caribbean music ain't respectful. It's gyration from the beginning.
So if they're in the States or whatever, I might look at that a little different because ain't nobody around that know me. It's more about like the presence of people who know him and like, what? Your woman gang grind up her ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different thing. So in the States, okay, nobody ain't know what she's doing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if that happen, I think, why the my own again, jam up hard, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different scenario. Ain't no man go want videotape and send it to you and all kind of craziness to you. Like, what? It's completely disrespectful in a small environment. I'll just say it like that. Okay. Secondly, I have been guilty of this. I mean, I'm very flirtatious on the internet. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that I go and try to pick you up in public and try to talk to you or even go into the inbox and stuff like that. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even flirting. Like if somebody make a comment, depending on how long I know you, I might put a heart. a little smiley face or something, but not like directly like, yeah, the man, you're sexy. You know, I don't. I'm respectful in that manner, but sometimes it's like, you have like a lot of female friends, so and you might have some who you have known longer than others, so you might put a little smiley face. I mean, I've been asked like, how come you put this hat thing going around the head when you when the girl compliments you? So I was just like, I mean, yeah, it's flirting and it's wrong. It's wrong. Let's just put it that way. Because then you gotta think about your partner's feelings, and even though to you is nothing, to them, is something serious. So
Ranchi, they're tripping up his teeth. I can't wait till we get there.
Okay. How about you, Ranchi?
That last part there, what Lucien said there, Mr. Don said there, nah. Stupidness. If a girl pay you a compliment on Facebook, but you put up a nice, sexy picture of yourself, up your beard and thing, and you take a picture, wow, you look good. And you get a compliment, and you put a smiley face on that saying thank you for the compliment, and your girl get vexed. That's she problem, But you don't feel good.
No, Ranchi, what I'm saying is this though. But when you just put like, kind of like the face when they get like the little hats going around it, so a little bit more than a smiley face. You know what I'm saying?
Put the hats, put the stars, put everything. Say, girl, you the one, boy. Thank you for that one.
Wait, Ranchi.
Man don't walk around like that unless you're a real pretty boy in a big community where every time somebody see you, they throw a compliment at you, So every time you put up a little picture, you got a girlfriend, that don't mean you can't take a compliment no more. But anyhow.
Yeah, but I mean, but then sometimes
I think Miss Stewart Elliott just made an excellent point.
Exactly, and that's why I want to say to Lucien. So Lucien, you're more worried about others' perception as opposed to the actual act of her getting jam up. Just curious.
Listen, as long as she coming home to me, I have no problems.
Okay.
She coming home to me.
Wow.
You see, that's part of the problem. People gotta understand too. It's just like a dance is a dance, yo. I mean, if she with that same dude all night now, I'm like, that's a problem. If she go and she dance and boom, boom, and she move on, that's what it is. What it is. I think our perception is we trying to control people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Karen. We're trying to control people.
I don't think it has anything to do with control. I think it has to do more with respect. If you respect your woman, if you respect the person that you are with, not woman, if you respect the individual that you're with, you might say, thank you, hun, right? Or you might say, thank you, babe. If you babe in somebody else and I is bad English, I is next to you, I gonna watch you cross-eye. Because it's a level of respect. You have just crossed the boundary of respect. Because I ain't calling nobody else my babe because you're my babe. So I don't think it has anything to do with control. I just think it has to do more with respect. When it comes to flirting, like I said, there's some men who are naturally flirtatious. And I ain't gonna put your business out there, but Louis is naturally flirtatious.
Oh, jeez, I'm very wow.
Because I have defended Louis. I've worked with Louis for years. I've known Louis for 20-something years. And the Louis I know 20-something years ago when it comes to flirting is the same Louis I know now. So I know it's a part of his nature. So I won't take it seriously.
Okay.
But he just has a beautiful personality where he is like, that's just him. Like sometimes when I've gotten comments or women think Louis actually like them, I was like, he like that with everybody. Like he's just nice like that. There's some men, but they're not disrespectful with it. They're not, but when you're with your woman, you're gonna be babying and sweethearting nobody else because it's a level of respect.
I mean, yeah. Just
well,
like
ain't even just babying or sweethearting. Because I don't sweetheart people. I'd be like, okay, hon.
I do that all the time too. Hey, sweetie, thanks, sweetie. You have a good day, sweetie.
But
would you sweetie somebody in front of your wife?
Yeah,
No,
I'd be like,
of course not.
sorry,
I
hon.
mean, I don't think I would do that.
That's where the boundaries is. Because there's a thing called boundaries that we have to know that requires a level of respect. Boundaries is not control. Boundaries
I think it depends how the sweetie come out.
Sweetie,
I be sweetie and honey and.
would you do it in front of your husband? Would you sweetie a bartender in front of your husband?
But I don't know. Like on Facebook, I always hunting and sweeting people all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe not always loving and caring.
The thing is, Karen, like you say, you're supposed to know your partner. So you know
if my partner don't like it.
If you hear your partner saying babe, you know what babe means. But if you seeing that partner throwing sweetie out like coins on a table and boo and them thing, it's nonsense.
They're nothing.
Nothing about it. If you use the words like use my heartbeat, oh God, look at you. Then, oh God, crush your wall.
Right.
I can understand that. Hey babe, oh my God, you're so amazing in your woman right here. That's disrespectful. But thanks so much, boo. I got you. No, that don't count.
Right.
So but I think it's boundaries. It's a level of boundaries that coincides with a level of respect.
Right.
I ain't babying nobody in front of my man because I going home with he and I gonna have to explain who. So you got an ex babe? No, you got an ex babe. You just causing confusion for yourself. Like I would hunt everybody because I don't remember people's name. Like I don't store people's name. Thank you, hun, or whatever. But I'm not good with holding on to names. Everybody's a hun, but everybody don't get babes and sweetie. Only the ones I like. You know, like if I set in a little door open.
And I think if your mate, again, individual thing, if your mate don't like you hunting and babing people, I don't do that. But I've been single so long, I don't even know what's right protocol or what. So I don't know. But if I meet somebody and they're like, it'll make me feel uncomfortable, you have to consider that because you should consider that, right?
I've had a situation where my significant other went and babed the sweetheart in Red Lobster, and I had to lean over and tell him if he plan on staying in Red Lobster tonight, because you don't be babing nobody in front of me unless you plan on she gonna take you home. So you just move to his ear and you set the pace and let him know how much babe you got. Like,
listen, Eve said, I like Karen's answer. Your actions define your expectations of our relationship. It's important to let your partner know your feelings. If it's a habit, at least now they will or should be sensitized to it. If they continue to disrespect you, you know who you're dealing with, and the ball is now in your court.
Kema said hun versus honey. Is there a difference?
Well, I'm like this. I don't call nobody no pet peeve. I mean, no pet name in front of no girl who I dated. That's just disrespectful, period. Because if she say, "Oh, honey," like, no, we ain't having no honey here, partner. This ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So I don't play that. So I would expect the same kind of respect. If I go into a jam, let's suppose I go to the jam like in Atlanta, for example. I'm just gonna correct my little thing here. And I walk into the jam and I see my girl getting jam up. And when she see me, she like ditch dude and come walking up to me and then start like, just showing like, okay, like my man here, so deuces or whatever. Yeah, it's just a whole different mindset. It just I don't like to feel like I'm trying to like control anyone. You know what I'm saying? I feel to as I said before, in St. Croix is a whole different scenario because
I feel
St. Thomas even because people have still know you in St. Thomas. But in the States, it's just like, let people enjoy their life. If that's what they want to do, that's what they do.
Say that, bro, because she doing it in the States and she doing it in St. Croix is the same thing. It's still your woman on a next.
It will still end up on Instagram.
It's still, no, if you don't matter where it end up, the mere fact is you walk in a spot and you see your girl well bend over and giving up on her walk. Like
we're talking about I'm talking about
well bent over.
Yeah, she enjoying she put in it, she walk. But my thing, I don't mind with somebody tea for wine. Your tea for wine, your tea for walk up. And
there you go.
You see the thing is, and like I tell her that last night, if you hold on,
right,
I catch you now, chipping. Let's say you're jamming on the road or in a club, you're in a corner, you squeeze up.
Exactly.
For too long, what happened there? What going on there? Because you're vibing there too long.
Exactly.
I mean, you just turn into he woman, you're my woman no more.
Exactly. So,
but I'm not somebody, no. I ain't coming here to make a scene. I ain't cussing with you. I'm gonna just let you see me. I tall. So you're gonna see me over the crowd. I tall. You're gonna see me over the crowd. I coming. I just want you to see me that I see you and we see each other and pop, I go into the bar. I go for my drink. Don't harass me tonight. I ain't in the mood. I ain't want it. Go back in your corner. Just go
Yeah,
back
if I walk in a club and I see my guy
go back in your
there,
corner. Or if you're flirting in front of me, that's what the question was, right? In front of me? No, you can't do that.
see,
Yeah,
because
no.
to me, saying a word like
let me not
hon or
let me
honey,
not say you can't do that. It could happen, but I ain't gonna make no scene. I ain't gonna make no scene. I gonna watch you. My face is say a lot, so I'm gonna just watch and be like, okay, and I gonna keep it moving. I gonna keep it
but
moving.
I think
After
you should.
that, after
But
that,
I think you
no
should
scene
have
in
a
front of-
conversation because
Wait,
does the
No,
person really know?
It's a time and place for conversation. Because for me to address it there, you might give me a stupid answer. And then I'm gonna answer you back. And then we're gonna have a back and forth. And then we in public. I don't like scenes. I don't need everybody to know what's going on and how I feeling and what. No. When we get in our setting, if we on a drive back home, if we reach home, or you come when I reach and we in different cars, whatever. When we together privately is when we're gonna have that conversation. But I ain't doing that thing in scene just for people to see that you was in your feelings, for people to see.
At this stage, I ain't having no conversation. It's understood.
If I were getting paid, BT were paying me for a little series, you know, and stars were hitting me some money, then I would say, hey, let me do it. But no, we ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
Back in the day, I would have had the conversation like, what are you doing? But now, I take you for what you show up as.
Okay. How about you, Mr. Yano?
So I was listening to everybody and very, very valid points. Thanks, Karen, for that. I appreciate that. But yes, I've been known to be very flirtatious. As a matter of fact, I remember many times when my wife always would be like, you know, because I Latin background, you know, we hug, we greet, we hug, and we kiss people, you know, and it wasn't a way of being disrespectful. That's just our nature. I remember my wife used to have reservations with that, but you know, that's neither here nor there now. But I want to say one thing though. I hear what everybody's saying. Honestly, we all can sit here and say what we want, but naturally, if any of us see any of our partners with anybody, you're gonna feel that way. I don't care what you got going. I don't care what you say. You're gonna feel that way about that. So I definitely wouldn't condone it. So I wouldn't definitely try to put her in that position. Yeah, I wouldn't condone it, and I wouldn't put her in that position. Nobody wants to feel that. Nobody wants to feel that way. No, if me know about it, if I ain't there, I don't know what'll be going on. You travel with your girls, you know about that. You know what I mean? That's on you. But if we're somewhere, or if I walk in and I see that they're going, oh, we're somewhere, and you, that's totally disrespectful. Why would you do that?
And part of why I'm asking the question with the dancing is because anybody who's on here who is either from the Caribbean or has gone to like a fete or a Caribbean dance, when we're talking about
doesn't make it right, Debbie.
Grinding.
Lucian had put up a post some months back. Lucian had put up a post back.
Let me interject here for a second.
If somebody
because you know what's so funny about this? We're looking at it through a male's perspective, right? Yeah, we are. Because a man will be like, oh no, me want my woman doing that. But then when we go to the club, hold up, Louis. When we go to the club, do we think, yeah, you better laugh.
Oh God, so
do we still follow those rules and see it as disrespectful?
What I just said a little while ago, if she's with me, I'm not going to do that if she's there with me. If she's there with me,
well, exactly. If she's there with you.
But Louis, what's the difference?
But I said that. Remember, I said that. I said if she's not, she might go someplace with her girls. She might be doing it, and I don't know. I said that.
We don't got too much rules, man.
You have people to take pictures and videos and
listen.
So what I'm saying is,
even as a man, when you go out and you buys them and are you flexing whatever. The talk is if your woman pulling up on you, so that's the glass we have to look through it in, right? Your woman pulling up on you, you're in a club and a girl pull up on you for a dance. It's not a problem for you to dance. It's not a problem for you to.
It's how you dance, though.
And if you know your partner,
99% of our music, 99.9.
You can't dance. dance
So you
music
really-
like you're dancing a salsa, for instance.
No,
You-
99.9% of
soca
our
music.
Caribbean
You
music
can't dance
is
soca music
gyrating.
like you're dancing zouk or where you call
you-
or no.
No,
can't do
zouk
it.
you got
It
gyrate.
will match.
No
if-
matter
so
what,
if
our
you're
music is
gyrating,
So
if
Ranchi,
you're going on bad,
Ranchi,
you going on bad, you
you're
giving she a walk, she giving you a walk.
Ranchi, you're
But
not going to
are you
come
do it
up
for
to
5
woman.
songs, partner, you got a problem. But
Ranchi,
if they,
you're
Let
not-
me- let me-
Juve, and then
let me
Wait,
try
wait, wait.
some-
in All Island.
Everybody
They got
was
Juve.
talking and they can't hear.
They got Juve in All Island. If you're in a Juve and you say a man thief or walk up on your girl, you vex? You gonna thief or walk up on a girl too? You're gonna thief or walk up. But if you're chipping, if you sit up and hold on to your woman, and your woman hold on to that man and they chipping going on the road together, then
Oh,
that's a
jeez.
problem. That's a
Okay,
problem.
wait. Let me say. Somebody just said if you can't come with the person to the dance, then why would you grind with someone else? But
No, but-
a scenario could be that you got there first, and then the other person was taking a long time to come. A song come on that you really like,
Nah.
and then that person
Yeah.
walk in.
It's called self dancing.
To me, we'd be playing a
that's
lot
crazy.
with words and scenarios. Like, okay, so if your husband, your guy, or your partner ain't know you're cheating, come on now. Like, why would I be in a club, I dating somebody, either in a platonic relationship with a guy, and I touching my toes? Why? That's
Not a
just
song. Not a song.
with a man
Yeah, but-
behind me like this. I don't think so. Like,
Well, that's
there
different.
comes
That's
a point. I think that we always moving these lines a little bit farther back. Is it flirting? Is it flirting if I watching? If it's flirting, if me that it. It's okay for my mate to be like this behind somebody who talking. No.
But again, that is your
That is your and again we have to that's why we have to have the conversation, because Ranchi got a lot of rules. Ranchi got the 5-second rules, it's okay, but after 10 minutes that's a problem. One dance is okay, but 5 dances later is a problem. That's a lot of rules. You really need to sit down and have that conversation. So everybody really needs to sit down and have a conversation about what's flirting. Is posting on Facebook love symbols upsetting to our partner? And I love what Lucian said about the what Lucian said, I forget, controlling people, right? Because some people we have to put into this situation. People got issues, right? People got insecurities. People trying to control people, right? If we're talking about a healthy relationship, and we could sit down and talk, but because Karen used the analogy about words, hun and stuff like that. You could say some words that would be offensive if you're in a relationship, but we're talking about people touching your private parts. So if you dancing and I carrying on with my boobage all over the people and this is what we talk. Let me not stop pretending. We ain't talking about a dance like, hey, baby. We talking about bana. We talking about touching people's bodies.
Pinky, I think
you tried to keep it rated PG. I couldn't get it with you. Sorry.
No,
Pinky
but
got
I think
moves.
too,
Pinky got some moves, yo.
that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is this, right? If we expect our partner to be respectful to us, we have to be respectful to our partner as well.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If
That's
I say to myself, if I want Tifa jam and my girl in the party and she Tifa jam, then I can't get vexed with her. Because guess what? If I was in a party by myself, I'd have Tifa jam too.
But
As
like
long as
Jano
it's
said, you're
respectful.
gonna get
But
vexed.
she
Too.
bending, no, the whole bending over thing and lifting up leg and jumping. I mean, come on. Yeah.
You're gone too far. You're gone too
I
far.
like,
Right,
listen,
exactly.
regardless,
Exactly.
none of us wants to be placed in that situation. No one wants to be placed in that
Well,
situation. It's
let
uncomfortable.
me-
It's
Can I put
uncomfortable.
like a little monkey wrench in this question?
Go right ahead.
What if it's a woman that's jamming up on your woman?
Girls do it all the time.
Because again,
Girls will dance up on girls all the time.
No,
No, see,
not
no.
a woman.
No, at that point, I'm like, bring your friend home. Let's go.
There you go.
Yeah,
We-
girls will
we
dance on
jamming
girls all
them
the
too.
Your friend
time.
home.
You see how? Yes, man have no problems with that. You know, we were talking about that the other day. If a woman divorced, we were talking with Randy, or I have had bisexual experiences. How would how would your mate take it? The man would be like, he ain't really got too much problems. But if a man come and tell the woman, hey, I've had some sex, because I was watching a show and the woman break up with the dude. If he say I had some bisexual, the woman gonna be like, what? What is going on? We don't say we don't have double standards in this world, but we sure do, and they're clear as day.
Okay, and let me throw another wrench in there, because again, these are scenarios that happen when you, like I said, like when you're listening to Caribbean music and you go to a club, or you're even at a parade or whatever, and you and your partner are dancing and somebody else come up.
Who's the somebody else?
It don't matter.
No, you can't say it don't matter. It matters. A woman can dance on a woman all day.
Somebody has come up and tried to join into the dance.
Yeah,
you let them know they're saying that threesome is obviously two people here enjoying themselves. You just.
I like what Randy said. It's having sex with clothes on. We could have sex with clothes on while we dancing. Let me stop pretending.
But that's.
And again.
I dancing with my man and another woman come up behind me and dancing. I ain't gonna like it. I ain't gonna like it.
It takes time to have sex with clothes on. It takes time. I can't want nobody say.
Well,
it goes past 5 seconds, Ranchi. So that means you're gonna be getting vexed. Because after I got past the 5-second rule for Ranchi.
No, but
well,
like Karen, I said the floodgate open right here.
Well, for me, this would have to be a conversation. I find it to be disrespectful.
Me too. I will you and that, Debbie.
I just find it because I am not going to do that to anyone, and I wouldn't want that person to do it.
I don't mind dancing, but and like Lucian was saying, some man don't even want a woman dancing with another person. Them is insecurities, right? Dancing is one thing, but I having sex with, because we don't see some dances going on, okay?
Right.
We don't see some dances. And you ain't want your husband. I mean, we went out the other day and I see some people doing some things there on the floor. And I was like, she gonna ask me, Pinky, remember when you caught her do that? I said, code? Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just leave that there, huh? Code.
Okay. Well, we only have 15 more minutes. So I had some other question. I know it flew.
What?
So I'm gonna ask this question. I'm just throwing it out. You can take it however you want to take it. Hair or no hair, wax or no wax, men and women.
No hair, wax.
Wax it.
We're talking about yourself.
Oh, myself.
No, he said he want, but this is a question I'm gonna ask.
I'm talking about both.
By asking Mr. Dong, you say you like it wax? Yeah, I'm gonna ask you this. You say you like it wax. So I want to know, if you like it wax, are you willing to go waxing both? Or you go on a wax date together? So you get wax while she getting wax. You say you like waxing. So I want to ask you, a man getting wax these days too?
Listen,
answer the question.
I was thinking about it the other day, like, how would it feel to have someone to like rip the hair off my nuts? And I don't think that'd be a very pleasant feeling. I mean, I just think that
it's worth it. It's worth it.
But you like waxing for the woman, though.
Why we acting like nuts don't hurt if you graze it? If you graze it, if you just graze it, that shit is painful. You got whole wax ripping shit off my nuts. I'm sorry, excuse me.
No.
So you guys enjoy back to eating.
Hit a grown. Let me not ask.
It hurt for us too. It hurts for the women too, especially when you start to get to the part where the most nerves are sitting at. It hurts. I mean, but the pain is worth the after results. It's worth it.
Absolutely, Karen. Absolutely.
It's worth it.
Oh, really, Ranchi?
That's my niece with this vulgarity. Really different language.
Well, you know what? Before we get to Ranchi, Louis, and then I have a question to ask about this as well. Hair, no hair, wax, no wax.
No hair. We're talking about myself.
Mm-hmm. And your partner.
and a little no hair. You could put a little landing strip. I don't mind. Whatever I don't mind. But no hair. Wax if she wants, but I trim up for sure.
Okay.
You want to see? I want to see.
That's just a percent. That's just something it's a big deal for you. Let me ask you to what was the
Yeah, it's a matter for me. It's a matter of hygiene.
Hygiene. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
How about you, Karen? Or does it even matter?
I know the hair was there to filter stuff, right? The hair is there for a purpose. There's a reason why God you buy hair.
Exactly.
That's the healthy part of the hygiene is the hair. I get so used to this.
That don't matter nowadays because I ain't wearing panty anyway. So.
Well, then you should have hair so you could protect your little ladies. Okay?
From all them stuff flying in the air. I used to think I think killing people nowadays. Anyway,
it is a protection.
It is a protection. However, I do like to wax. It's painful as hell. But it's worth it at the end, honestly. The results is worth it at the end. But
I agree.
But when it comes to the males, I would really enjoy seeing them get a wax. Well, I know they ain't strong enough for that. They ain't got the muscles for that. They ain't got the balls for that.
Yes, sir.
Reverse psychology, I tell you.
You know something, Karen? I don't think
as women, as always, we have to wear.
You need to understand the male
anatomy. We have to carry the
anatomy.
cojones in the family, so we could get wax and we could walk out today. But if you see a man get wax, call a wheelchair.
And I don't think. First of all, I don't think. Like I said, you gotta understand the male anatomy. I don't think the nuts get wax. I think maybe the upper part.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
they don't wax everything.
Okay, but wait. Okay, we
get wax.
I don't want time to go
When
without
they wax you, they wax everything, like everything down to the butt, everything. They wax everything, the lips, everything. Your most nerves is going to really hit you. But we know we could do it because we like the end results. A woman's motto is no pain, no gain. Like we're going dead for beauty. We don't care if beauty comes.
I don't know why we let that motto. Or
beauty comes before pain. So we could hold it, but we know how you can't handle it. No way.
Get a depilatory like
Trina,
magical meat. One of those.
your answer.
Hair or no hair. For the males, for my guy, I don't like a smooth.
For you, I'm talking about you.
I'll get to me. I go answer how I want. Okay, you know me. For my guy, I like a little hair someplace. Like I like some hair. I don't like a smooth man. I don't like smoothness. I don't like smooth legs. I like a leg with some hair on it. Leg with hair on it. Yeah.
I take the chest here.
Now grooming, you have to groom. I ain't trying to. We ain't caveman days. All bushy. The eyebrow thing. I ain't care for the unibrow. So please let's get the unibrow taken care of. The hair coming out the nose, the ear. We take care of that. That's the grooming part. But I do like a hairy leg man, and I don't mind a little chest hair. I don't mind, but it has to be groomed, right? For me personally, I prefer no hair. I prefer no, but for me personally.
Okay.
Wax or no wax?
No back hair. Somebody said no back hair. Yeah, no. We don't need the back hair. There's some things we don't need.
I saw back hair on a date when he bent down, and that was the last date. I was like,
You'd be a werewolf or what? What's going on?
I don't want to criticize nobody profession, but there's some I've seen hair I've seen hair coming out like a little afro out of people's clothes. Like again, you gotta groom. You have to groom.
Yeah, you can braid it, right?
And if you want to wax your chest and so that's okay. I don't have no problems with it. But like
how long does it last though? How long does it last?
I love a man we got some hairy. I love to see.
How long does it last when you wax?
You can ride it up for 3 weeks, sometimes 4. It all depends. If it's not your first one, the first one goes back quicker. But as you keep doing it,
we know when your hair starts to grow back, it gets a little, feels a little uncomfortable.
When you
wax, every time it grows back, it's thinner. So the more you do it, the longer you go. Because if you first wax, you wax 3 weeks later. Then the next wax, you could do it 4 weeks later. So the more you do it, the thinner the hair. That's a misconception people have. Well, at least for me, the more you do it, the thinner the hair grows back, and the longer it takes to grow back.
Yeah, I like what Kemma saying. She's specifying kind of back hair and the
but if you
hair.
don't wax in a timely manner, that grow back will kill you. It make you look like,
I think I'm gonna go set up a wax day with a friend. We're just gonna go get all waxed up.
I think you should.
How about you, Ranchi?
Partners, I like my partners smooth, so no hair, wax preferably. Yeah.
Your whole body, Ranchi, your whole entire
He's
body.
talking about his partner. He said his partner.
Partners.
Oh.
Okay. Me. My hands, my legs got hair. I don't shave that. Armpits shaved, chest shaved, genitalia waxed. I wax.
That's a St. Martin thing, man.
That's a European thing.
At first, but when I got into it, I haven't stopped. Waxing is it for me. Oh yeah, it's clean. And for Colin, I'm talking about men don't do that.
Well, I gonna give you kudos.
I gonna carry that.
I think once you do it the first time, sometimes you don't amaze yourself. You want to know if it's yours. You be like, damn, it's worth it. Try it. It's worth it. It's worth the pain. There's certain things in life that's just worth the work.
It's an experience, man. It's an experience. It's life. You're living, it's an experience. So I did it. I wax. So I shave and wax. Shave the rest of my body and wax that area. And
I white. Yeah, I will turn red.
Not just the top.
Let me ask you.
I will turn red. It's unattractive. I white tea, so I'm gonna look terrible.
All right. You just turn red for a little bit, but you turn back.
You ain't gonna turn red for more than a day, Lianos.
Red and puffy.
I said for the men out here who love a woman to wax, I said step up to the plate and you wax.
I've done it.
Yeah,
That's what I see Mr. Man putting his head up. Yeah, if you.
But let me ask the question, Ranchi. What made you like? Because again, you were like the other two men on the panel. You were like before. You were like absolutely not.
Yeah.
What made you decide to like?
Well, my girlfriend at the time.
It's always a female.
Yeah, my girlfriend at the time she brought it up to me. I was never into it. I never looked into waxing or anything like that. But we went on I guess that's a treatment session together. She went to get waxed, and then it was like, whoo, looks painful, but let me do it. I don't mind. I'll do it. Let me clean it up too. The results, the after result, it's clean. It's like clean, pleasure table. It's clean. So I was like, let me get that done. Let me jump in. Let me see what about. And I did it, and I kept doing it, and I just keep doing it. Did you scream? No, I laughed. I reacted.
Yes, he was in so much pain. He didn't know what to do. He just laughed.
Because the first, like Karen was saying, the first time you do it, it hurts the most ever. But it didn't really hurt. It was just that moment, like wow, you gotta be. I posted on my Facebook. I actually while doing the wax, I recorded it and I shared it on Facebook. I gotta find that post.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, Debbie sent me some damn person doing it on YouTube. I was like,
I cried. The first time I did it, I cried. Tears roll up my eye. But the lady that was doing it, she was really good because she knows when it gets to the painful part. She had that conversation that would take your mind off of it.
Is there a sort of a preparation type of situation where you actually trim first? Because I have really long hairs.
You could.
I would advise it because
I'm a naturally hairy person.
You don't want it to not have hair to grab onto. You want it to have hair.
Okay, so
ain't got much to say.
You don't need a lot of hair. That's the only.
It doesn't need a lot, so you could trim it.
You don't need a lot. It just needs to be long enough to grab. So if you could pinch it, if you could pinch your hair, if you could literally pinch it and pull the skin by your hairs.
That's the gauge. That's the gauge I pinch.
Yeah, that's my gauge. That's
okay.
It. When they get long,
what about braiding?
that's a problem.
What about braiding? Twisting on. twisting and braiding and stuff. That's cool. Man.
No, I ball, so I ain't know about them thing then.
He's a bald head, Ranchi. He's a bald head.
No pun
Like I
intended.
said, but you know.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
a
but I
Rasta
got
man
it
comedian.
somewhere
That
on Facebook. I have it my video somewhere on Facebook. So I'll find it. I'll share it in the group. It was not
Yes, do that. Let me see this.
I gotta find it. I post a lot, so I gotta just search through my stuff to find it.
Well, if it's a video, right?
It's a video, yeah, full video.
Look in your photos under your video.
Yeah, but I post a lot.
I know you do.
Yeah, so it's gonna take a bit.
That's just interesting because when this topic came up, I was like, Pinky, you know, men do this? Men go and get waxed? I mean, like chest hair and whatever, but wax? And then when we had the conversation, Ranchi said he did. I remember Cuja and Carlos was like, what? You're a better man than me.
maybe the age thing too. Maybe the age thing too. Like
Definitely.
the older fellas, them like, yeah, I mean, think so.
Definitely.
The younger ones, them.
No, because the older fella, like I don't know, it's not the older fella stuck in the ways, eh? You can't teach a
Not just the fellas, Ranchi, the women too.
New tricks. You check it
That's
out.
that women. We as women, we don't get stuck to. So yeah.
Yeah, so
You don't know wax.
I guess I was young. I was the young enough. No, but I was young self, right? When I started waxing, I think I was 27, 28, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Wow.
Full soldier. But I know used to back down from nothing. I had a problem. Like, don't challenge me.
It's like you, Ranchi. Nobody got to challenge me. I don't take the challenge. Why not?
Why not? We're losing. Literally, like we're gonna lose.
Okay.
All I'm losing is here, and I'm building a new experience. I'm just making a new experience. So I got.
Okay. Interesting. Well, we're at that hour. I have some more questions because again, a lot of times these are not things that we have discussions about or we think about, but they're just facts of life, right? And again, especially in our communities, we don't always have these conversations. So we're going to come back to some more conversation.
Mind-boggling questions.
Yeah.
I was hoping you asked the question that Lucian posted about this week. Oh, but another time.
Which question?
About the strategic mind of a woman.
We can definitely come back to that. We can come back to that for sure.
Okay.
I'll look that up. But again, thank you all. Thank all of our viewers. If you all can, whoever's in the group, go to that sexy post too. What you find sexy, the 3 things. And let me hear what you all have to say. Most of the answers were women, so it would be nice to hear the gentlemen in the group. And we're gonna come back next week with some more hard, uncomfortable questions. So I want to thank everybody. Everybody be safe. And we will see you all back here next week, Thursday.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night. Take care. Thanks again, everyone. Wishing you good things, great things, beautiful things.
Excellent.
All right.